All right, Fantasy Bros, thank you so much for tuning in to the Fantasy Football Astrology channel, the only channel on the planet where we're actually bold enough, brave enough. We're giving you astrology. We're combining it with fantasy football to give you guys an edge, okay? The best that we can do with it. Also, guys, this is supposed to be an active community. Please let me know the insights you're having. I know some of you guys are astrologers yourself, and you got a lot of insight, and I'm always wanting to learn more. And we're learning a lot through using fantasy football and watching football and astrology. We're able to see so many more patterns in astrology than I've ever seen in my life, and I'm learning a lot here, guys. So stick with me, bear with me, and let's have a conversation about this whole field if you have any insights. I want to give you guys my waiver wire insight for the week. We got to have our waiver wires in by tonight. So let's get to it, okay? I'm going to start with my running backs, okay? I try to really organize the running backs in a really accurate fashion as far as the listing goes here, okay? I really gave it a little extra thought, did the background check on the astrology, and did my best to mull over what I thought was really going to be the true numbering of these running backs, because there's a lot to choose from this week, a lot of scraps. Now, you'll notice I did omit Samaje Perine only because I've heard Joe Mixon should be healthy next week. So that's just a rumor. That's what I'm hearing. And so maybe that's not true. And obviously, Samaje Perine would be a wonderful add if he's going to be the starting running back next week. And to me, that's not even about astrology. We can just, okay, whoever's going to be the starting running back, whoever's getting the usage, we don't really need to know the astrology that much. So there is a second Bengals running back there. So maybe we could get into astrology with comparing them with the coaches and the offensive line, quarterback, all of that. So guys, if you're unfamiliar with the channel, I use astrology in a unique way where I study the relationships between the people, okay? This isn't like horoscopes. This is a totally kind of different style of astrology. We're just studying their sun signs, their elements, fire, earth, water, air. We're studying that, and we're studying the types. There's only 3 types: mutable, cardinal, fixed. Okay, so diving in here, we're starting off with Damien Williams. Guys, this is a super obvious one. He should be at the top of everybody's list with Montgomery out 4 to 5 weeks. As an Aries, there's nothing really to get excited about. It's not really the positioning you quite want with a Matt Nagy as a Virgo, with the offensive line is mostly earth and water. With Justin Fields, he's a Pisces. Dalton is a Scorpio. So this is not the ideal placement, but he looked really good against the Lions, of course. And so obviously he's the first one. Now, if you've been following my channel, I've been telling you guys to watch out for this Khalil Herbert, okay? Khalil Herbert not only has perfect astrology going for him, but he also looks really good in the preseason, okay? He was a good reason for the success that Justin Fields was having. He came on that second team offense, and he was really getting it going. He's a big running back, and he has a really good 40 time. He's actually very fast as well. So really love what I saw out of Khalil Herbert this year, even as a rookie. And so that's what we have. I love his astrology. If you can't get a waiver in on Damien Williams, great. Maybe take a shot on Khalil Herbert because Damien Williams does have a thigh bruise right now. Okay? So now we're moving into Jeremy Mcnichols. Guys, check this out. I included him higher than a lot of guys on this list. Okay? Remember, I'm talking about if you want to turn your season around, we need to position ourselves into very favorable inheritance. And what could be a better inheritance than one of the best running offenses in the Tennessee Titans, okay? This Jeremy Mcnichols, guys, same exact sign as Derrick Henry, as a Capricorn. We like to observe Capricorns getting stronger as the year goes. And if you don't know, Jeremy Mcnichols got 12 targets. So I don't know anybody who could have called that, right? We thought maybe he was going to go to Westbrook. We thought maybe some other random receiver or maybe Ferkser. But it looks like Jeremy Mcnichols, guys, he's the perfect age. Try to remember his draft stock they used on him. I have to look that up. Maybe 3rd, 4th round. Just kind of long memory there, distant memory. But he is a very athletic guy, 25, perfect age. His astrology bodes well to inherit. If anything should happen to Derrick Henry, Okay, so I really like him. He's going to have maybe standalone value as a receiver. 12 targets, that's a lot. Okay, so Darrell Williams, moving on here as an Aries. Okay, he's going to be a better goal line back. He's more of a power back. He got the touchdown this past week, and so I've been kind of on the train of worrying people about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. From the astrology standpoint, Darrell Williams doesn't have a big advantage there, but he's the bigger back. And so, yeah, if something should happen to Clyde, once again, we want to be in that position to inherit the most potent offenses running back. So between Jeremy McNichols and Darrell Williams, wow, man, there could be a lot of potential for you to come into a big, powerful team if should any injuries occur there. Okay, so moving on, Malcolm Brown. I don't expect a lot out of him coming this week, but as a Taurus, let's see. He might have a slight advantage with his head coach, Brian Flores, over Myles Gaskin, but he's the power back, goal line back. Yeah, sure, we want some Malcolm Brown. Okay, Alex Collins has the same astrology as our buddy Chris Carson. They're both Virgo. Pete Carroll is a Virgo. Lots of Earth over there. They're offensive coordinator, I believe his name is Shane Waldron. He's a Leo, so Leo goes right into Virgo. Okay, so that's a really natural transition. They probably want to run the ball a lot with those two running backs there very naturally. Okay, that's what I have for the running backs, guys. You're probably only going to use a waiver on a Damien Williams. I know that. I'm in a 12-team league, so everything you see here is based off a 12-team league format. And so I know Damien Williams, I would use a waiver pick to try to get him. Maybe Dawson Knox if you need a tight end help. Maybe a Trey Lance, Daniel Jones if you need quarterback help. It really depends on your needs, of course. But Dawson Knox, guys, I've been talking about him for a while as well because he's only 7 days polar opposite from Josh Allen. So they should have a strong polar opposite, you know. They say opposites attract like magnets. Okay, so that's a real thing, guys. And so there it is. They should be attracting like magnets. Really good age. I love his athleticism. I watched his game when he first came into the league. He gave me Jeremy Shockey vibes. So I've always had an eye out for Dawson Knox. I really like him. Great usage in the offense as well. Okay, Van Jefferson. As a Leo, remember in the beginning, way back, if you've been following the channel, once again, I say, if Van Jefferson starts emerging, guys, we need to jump on him, okay? He is a polar opposite chemistry, once again, with Matt Stafford. He's beginning to emerge, and so they were trying to shut down Cooper Kupp defensively, so instead of going to Woods, he went to Van Jefferson, okay? And that's a trend I'm going to be talking about in my next video. What's going on with CeeDee Lamb? What's going on with Robert Woods? Okay, there's something happening here that I think that we can explain with astrology, but I want to know your guys' opinion. What is going on with CeeDee Lamb and Robert Woods, guys? Tell me what you think it is down in the comments or whatever other insights you might have. In my next video, I'm going to dive more into what I think is happening and whether we should be buying low or selling high on CeeDee Lambs and Robert Woods of the world, because there's similarity happening in astrology, okay? So that's good. Van Jefferson, AJ Green, I've spoken about. He's a Leo. Kyle Murray's a Leo. That is a really good astrological combination. You want the AJ Green is just probably a future Hall of Famer. So it's great, guys. Speaking of that Cardinals offense as well, Max Williams is doing it again. And as an Aries, both fire signs. Not the perfect transition, but there it is. Max Williams, a tight end, needs so much help, I know, across the board. So we can probably get it with Max Williams on the awesomely potent offense. I love it. Okay, moving into number 5, we got Daniel Jones. Obviously, he went against New Orleans. Holy moly, and he did super well. So I think he's only barely touched on the surface of his rushing capacity as well, which should open up things for Saquon Barkley. And so things are looking really up. He's got some interesting astrology matches over there. He's got a lot of weapons to work with, really, when we start looking at it. So like Daniel Jones a lot, okay? And I even like Daniel Jones, I'll be clear, more than I like Trey Lance. Shanahan's still talking about wanting to bring back Jimmy Garoppolo. I think Trey Lance looks like the better quarterback already, just in a confidence standpoint. How they maneuver the pocket, manipulate the pocket. I like Trey Lance, but we have to go with the guys who are sure to get the usage. So Daniel Jones over Trey Lance for me this week. Also, number 7, Quintez Cephus. I'm a Lions fan first. When I first started watching the game, back when I could barely remember that's the first thing I ever did in this life was watching football. So always been a Lions fan at heart. Quintez Cephus, I love his astrology with Woods. They're polar opposite chemistry. Same chemistry, with Goff. Polar opposite chemistry with Goff. It's the same astrological chemistry as he had with Woods. And so I think it's pretty clear that Cephus should continue to emerge in this offense. You want a number 1, Tyrell Williams. They say he's coming back from injury, but gosh, that guy's just perpetually injured. So let me know what you guys think about the list. There's so many more names. I'm sure I left out plenty that we can be considering. So just kind of giving you guys an internal view on how I'm managing my week this week. The Steelers, if you can go out there and get a good defense, obviously, those are things that we're looking at too. I'm excited about that potential. And thanks, guys, and all the best.